Frederick Nwajagu, we must shut down Lagos. If not 1 month, 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks, for 1 week, if not 1 week, 3 days. Time guys, I know see the go down. Can shut go down.
Yes.
But 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yes, what according. No going back.
Only when it Christmas, another December, but not empty. And then try another. One of the Lagos are busy. Go to lab, shop. You only not busy. So but and not talk about China. We will stop this. This will stop.
Period.
Securities. I was securities in Anambra. The IPOB. We will invite them.
Period. Hey.
That is part of what we can be doing for them. We secure them jobs. None of IPOBs have not. They have no jobs. Those IPOBs, we all of them, protect all our shops, and we have to pay them. We have to mobilize for that. We have to do that. We must have our own security, so that they will stop attacking us in the midnight, in the morning, in the afternoon. They will stop attacking us in emergency. Yes. When they discover that we have our own securities, before they will come to take time, they will know that we have our own men there. I'm not saying a single word to be hiding. I don't hide my words. Let my words go by. I'm part of this thing that Igbo must get their right and get stand in Lagos State. Igbo, we are not troublemakers. We don't fight them. We never fight Yoruba. Those two people that are Yorubas. When we decided to vote where you want to vote. You cannot force someone to vote where you don't want to vote. You cannot force yourself to be a leader. When you want to be a leader, the community, the entire town, the entire state will bring you out and say, come and lead us. When you are forcing yourself to lead, that means you have a safety in your cupboard. Good. A party to collect money anytime from anybody. And a party to become one Nigeria and let people come to stay in Lagos. Any part of Nigeria, Igbo must be there. Yes. We say.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. The voice you heard is that of Chief Frederick Nwajagu, the Eze Ndigbo of Ajao Estate in Lagos. That was the video that put him in trouble with the Lagos state government and perhaps the federal government of Nigeria. If you listen very attentively to that video, you will see that it was made at the height of the threats and the attacks on Igbos in Lagos and the run-up to the 2023 governorship election in Lagos State. That was when that video was made. Because if you listen attentively to it, he was referencing the attacks on Igbos morning, afternoon, night. And he allegedly said that he will invite the IPOB, the banned Indigenous People of Biafra, to come to Lagos to come and protect their property. And if you listen attentively, you will see that he said that they have no problem with Yorubas. And he also made mention of the fact that the two people who are contesting for the governorship election in Lagos State, they are all Yorubas. But they cannot be forced to vote for a particular candidate, that it is their choice to choose who among them, the two Yoruba contending governorship candidates, the one they should vote for. What made him to enter into trouble was that he said that he would invite IPOB to come and defend their property, so that they can know that they have a defense against attack on their people and on their properties. And if you listen attentively, he was saying that these IPOB boys in the southeast that they are jobless, you know. Perhaps they are doing what they are doing because they are because of unemployment. He said they will give them job as security people. But that was what put him in trouble. Now, this man has been in detention now for about a year and 6 months. And he has been literally forgotten. Thanks to Sahara Reporters. Thanks to Sahara Reporters. Whatever you like and say about Sowore, who owns Sahara Reporters, sometimes he does some good things by bringing attention to issues that need to be discussed and bringing attention to those who are detained and their matters are not being discussed. Perhaps because himself has also, Sowore has also been a victim of detention by the authorities without trial. Now this man, Eze Ndigbo of Ajao Estate in Lagos, he has stayed in detention without conviction for about a year and 6 months following his arrest and arraignment related to terrorism. He was taken into custody in April 1st, 2023 after this controversial video that you saw, which you heard about what he said, in which he allegedly threatened to invite members of the IPOB to Lagos to defend Igbo properties. Now, in May 2023, Nwajagu was brought before Justice Yetunde Adesanya at the Lagos State High Court, Tafawa Balewa Square, where the Lagos State Minister of Justice filed 9 charges against him. The charges included attempting acts of terrorism, supporting a proscribed entity, and preparing to finance terrorism, all of which fall under sections of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. The case stemmed from a 49-second viral video in which Nwajagu was heard expressing intention to invite IPOB members to Lagos to protect Igbo-owned properties. Okay, but the one you're listening to now is more than 49 seconds, because if you didn't listen to the whole of what I've just played for you now, you may not get the total context on why he said what he said. Okay? Even though it was wrong of him to say that he will invite a proscribed group, knowing how sensitive that subject is to the Nigerian government. Okay? But you have to look at it in the whole context, that you can see that the man himself admitted that they have no problem with the Yorubas. They have been living peaceful with them, that Igbos don't look for trouble, they are not troublemakers, that this issue has to do with defending their property and protecting their life, because they were being attacked morning, afternoon, night, even in the midnight. He said so in that video, if you listen carefully to it. Okay? He wasn't somebody who was after the Yorubas or something like that. He was just basically to protect their property and protect their lives that he was talking about. But if you go by the 49-second video, a whole lot of things will be edited out. But from this video, you can get into the context upon which the man was speaking, so that you know how this issue came about. And in the video which you listened to, he claimed that that the IPOB will be mobilized to ensure the security of Igbo people in the state, stating we must have our security so that they will stop attacking us at midnight, in the morning, and in the afternoon. Of course, it was because of the tension that was generated between the APC and Labour Party in Lagos at that time. And there were several, it's common knowledge that Igbos were threatened, they were attacked, and even those who look like Igbo were attacked in that election, ahead of that election and during the other election. It was always captured. Even the European Union monitoring group that monitored the election and all that, they took note of all those realities, and it was contained in their report. Okay, and it was in that period also, don't forget, that Bayo Onanoga, and the spokesperson of the then president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said that 2023 will be the last time Igbos will interfere in Lagos election. But what was their interference? Because they choose between two Yoruba men, which of them they will vote for. They rejected Sanwo-Olu and picked the Labour Party candidate, who is also a Yoruba person. But to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Bayo Onanoga, who speaks for him, it was an interference. The vote of the Igbos was an interference in the politics of Lagos State, and nothing was done. Lagos State government didn't find that necessary to prosecute Bayo Onanoga. Those who attacked the Igbos, there were several videos flying around and all that. Nothing was done. They were not prosecuted, but this man was prosecuted. He was detained because following his arrest, he was remanded in prison custody, and his case has not yet been resolved. And according to Sahara Reporters, the Lagos police refused to talk about the matter. They declined, when Sahara Reporters were doing this report, to remind Nigerians that this event happened, and that it remained unresolved. The Lagos State government, the Lagos State police spokesperson declined to comment, saying that it's an ongoing process in court. But the important thing is, Sahara Reporters has brought this matter to the fore. And it's also important that they brought it out at a time when there is ethnic tension in Nigeria going on, with all Igbo must go hashtag, and people threatening to poison Yoruba, Edo, and all kind of things. So it's interesting that the Sahara Reporters brought this matter up, so that we don't continue to sweep the ethnic division in this country under the carpet and address it squarely. So, but this man, what is delaying his being charged to court? Because for him to be in detention, what are they investigating? What are they investigating that have stopped them from taking this man, so that the man can, if he's convicted, he can use legal process to appeal until the Supreme Court will determine whether he's guilty or not. Why are they not pursuing this matter? Why is he still in detention without trial in a democracy? Because the trial, even though the trial is going on, but he has not been convicted. That's what Sahara Reporters were drawing attention to. Because if he had been convicted, Sahara Reporters wouldn't have made any story, any news. But it's that this man have not been convicted and he's still in detention. So they should fast forward his matter. And like I said, Sahara Reporters should be commended, because this man had been forgotten, to be frank. This man had literally been forgotten. He had been forgotten. Now, I also discovered that even though this man is an Eze Igbo in Lagos, he has representatives in the Southeast who are in the National Assembly, including the Senate and House of Representatives. What have they done to draw attention to his detention all this while? What have they done for him? So it's also time to call out those, I don't know which part of Southeast he comes from, but there's a need to call out the lawmakers, the senators and the House of Reps members representing him. Why are they silent about this man's matter? They're supposed to be among the voices speaking for him. He's in detention. He's on trial. But that his trial, as far as I can see, is not an unbailable offense. He ought to be on bail. For him to be Eze Igbo of Ajao Estate or whatever in Lagos, he must have reached a prominence in Lagos that there are a lot of business partners and everything that can vouch for him and secure a bail for him. Why is he in detention for almost a year and 6 months? Even though it's a terrorism allegation against him. If people like Igbo can be granted bail and can be set free, I don't see why somebody like him, even if the federal government don't want to set him free, or he deserves a bail. He deserves to be bailed, to be going to court from his house to go and defend himself. So that's an issue that his lawmakers representing him in Abuja ought to draw attention of the government of Lagos State. Because if you can listen to him, he felt that he committed no offense, that they decided the issue at stake in Lagos at the time he spoke was who becomes the governor of Lagos State. And he said all are Yoruba men, but they decided to pitch their tent to one of them, saying nobody can force them to vote for the other person. These are political issues that could be easily sorted out. Now, and if you listen to that his speech also, it draws attention to one thing, the tendency of some of those who speaks for Igbos seeking protection, mixing up their, you can see he was speaking in Igbo, but he was largely mixing it up with English. Now, if you are somebody who is rallying support for your people because your people is under threat, let me give you a typical example. Do you think that this Eze Ndigbo, supposing he is Sadikin Hausawa in Lagos, and the Hausas are under threat, if he is speaking to his people for protection of the Hausas in Lagos, he will be speaking plain Hausa. He wouldn't mix it with English and all that, because the Sadikin Hausawa will know that he is those who are being attacked are Hausas. Those who need protection in Lagos are Hausas. But there is this tendency of always mixing Igbo and English when you are talking to your people that always put them into trouble. The other day, somebody made a video where he was talking about that where he was talking about this Igbo must go hashtag, and he was talking about that Igbos should defend themselves. He was speaking it in plain English, but his target audience was Igbos to defend themselves from attack. But he was speaking it in English, totally. At the end of the day, when they arrest him, he'll be in trouble. And they will not look at the whole context for which he was speaking, calling for self-defense. And you can see the way the Lagos State government turned it against the man, that the man was planning to attack Yorubas and all that. But the man was talking about self-defense. and all that. So this is an issue that those who tend to speak for Igbos and the Igbo leaders in foreign lands should be very careful of, knowing that the police, the security agencies are likely to be against them, because Obasanjo has told us that Igbophobia is real in Nigeria. If Igbophobia is real in Nigeria, so those who speak for Igbo should be able to learn from how the Hausas communicate with their people when they are under threat, instead of talking as if it is the whole Nigeria that is under threat because Igbos are under threat. Because as far as the threat in Lagos, there was basically Igbos that were under threat in Lagos during that election, and those that looked like Igbos. They were not targeting the northern, they were not targeting other set of people, which was widely reported in the media, and it was captured in several independent reports by election observers. Now, another important thing that I have to also point out is that the hatred of Igbos is real. So the Igbos have to be careful how they relate with Nigerian authorities. Why did I say this? Because the authorities are likely to be against them, because Obasanjo has said it himself. Obasanjo is former president. If Obasanjo can tell you that Igbophobia is real, it is indeed real. So they should be able to know how to conduct themselves, conduct their statements before they make it. But that doesn't mean that they are going to play second fiddle in Nigeria, because after all, it was Nigerians that fought them that they must return back to Nigeria. Okay? If the Nigeria don't need them, they would have said goodbye to bad rubbish and allowed the Igbos to go, but they didn't. They said they must come back and be part of Nigeria, and they deserve all the rights and privileges of every Nigerian, and including being elected to the highest office in this country. Now, to also show you that even the whole world is aware of the Igbo hatred, there's a documentary. I will put the link under this video. It was made by a doctor, a PhD holder in the United States, Dr. Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell is an economist and historian, a Black American. He did an interesting documentary, and I will put the screenshot of that, his documentary, titled titled The Hatred Behind Jews, Igbos and Chinese Explained. I want every Igbo person and every Nigerian to go and watch that documentary on YouTube. I will put the link under it, but the screenshot, I'm going to paste it on this screen so that you can also, go to YouTube, type the title and the person that did it, Thomas Sowell. It will link you watch it. So hatred of Igbos is real. And if it is real, the Igbos must also develop a strategy to handle that hatred in such a way that it will not jeopardize their views or their position. Because whenever you are going to equity, also go with clean hands. But it is this video, this Sowell, this thing I'm making reference to is for us to know it, that even the world knows that Igbos are hated in Nigeria. Okay? So it's a reality. But it is how we handle it in Nigeria. That's what we have to find out a solution to. Okay? And we are not alone. Jews are facing the same problem. The Chinese are also facing the same problem. Sowell distilled this information in a very interesting manner, and I recommend that people watch it to know. And for the Igbos to know that their antennas of self-defense should always be on the high in a country like Nigeria, where there's so much ethnic politics and religious bigot. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.